where they're at 7, maybe even 6 would be perfect for them. Again, they don't play any. They really haven't played anybody. The only team Michigan State that ever has played yet was against Michigan, and again, like I said, it took a botched fumble to win the game. I mean, they're not very impressive. So to me, yeah, they got the one win. Yeah, congratulations, but they're just not impressive, man. They're really not. So I think they're fine where they're at.
They beat the shit out of everybody.
Kiss my ass.
Instead of LSU beat the shit out of everybody, but LSU also won on a fluke against their only real big test.
Yeah.
No, they won on a fucking fluke. A fake field goal is a fluke play. A fake field goal is a fluke play.
Isn't he known for doing stuff like that?
He almost got beat by a backup quarterback, and they had to resort to a fluke play to beat Florida. Just saying. And they're still ranked. And they're still ranked number 2. And they won on a fluke. So Michigan State winning on the fluke. Hey, they still got the W, and they beat a team with a number next to their name.
But you know what? Again, it's when I say it, when you pass the eye test, man, in reality, I know you don't hold a lot to that, but to me that holds a lot because you can tell if a team.
Well, the only person on LSU that passes an eye test is number 7. He's the only person on. He's the only person on LSU that passes an eye test. You can see he's about to run your ass.
They got a stout defense too, brother.
You can see. No, their defense is not that stout. How many points did they give up to Florida? You don't give up that many. A lot of. If you watch Florida, Florida's not an offensive juggernaut. They win the old-fashioned way, and they put up points on LSU. So, number 7 is their key. Alabama, I'm not sold on Alabama. Alabama, both Alabama and LSU are the same team. Shaky quarterbacks with good running backs, and semi-good defenses.
Yeah,
they're the same team. They're the same exact team. Both got 1,000-yard rushers. Both got quarterbacks that one of them was just put in for Alabama. And then the LSU guy, the reason he was completing all them passes against Florida is because everybody kept falling down.
Okay. All right. Thoughts on y'all particular teams, where they're seated at. You can go first, Steve. What do you thought about Michigan rank?
They're too high.
Michigan's ranked in the top 25. You know what, man? I'd say it's about right. I don't think they should have slipped down. It should be around 15. 15 is fine for them. I think they play better than the ranking. They need to get their act together a little bit on offense. I think if they can get Devion Smith not to be injured with a damn ankle and be consistent, then you see yourself being a very, very, very good team who will be that who would play against anybody and win. But I think I'm fine with the ranking. You're not going to hear any complaints out of me. It's better than being unranked and losing your ass off to teams like Maryland and Rutgers, like we're playing this Saturday, which we're going to destroy, and probably tapped out by the second quarter against Michigan State. And because like I said, if it was Hoke's team, we'd be instead of 6-2, we'd be 2-6.
Okay.
And that's legit.
Nice. Kevin, your thoughts on the Gators ranking?
Too low.
What is the ranking for Florida? They're top 10?
10.
10.
10.
I would say 8 for them. Would be good.
10.
I think it'd be good.
I think we should be ranked ahead of Notre Dame and Alabama. Common opponent.
Notre Dame shouldn't be in the top 10 at all.
Common opponents. Alabama's common opponent with Florida. Or Alabama's common opponents with Florida. Yeah. You know what the score is between the both? Alabama's is 3 points higher in the score column than Florida's is. And that's against common opponents for both. Because Ole Miss beat the holy crap out of them.
Yeah.
I think they should be ahead of Alabama. But because Alabama has that name, Alabama and because Florida has struggled for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
If we had Will Muschamp, we'd be in the same situation we were last year. We'd be reverse of what we are now, or we'd be 1-7.
I'm okay with it. I mean, we can be a couple more slots up. I mean, right now, all you got to do is just win out. The schedule is very favorable.
But with Florida's very favorable schedule, it's not just we have to win out. We have to have things break.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have things break because if we're in that situation, Alabama's going to get put in the game.
Yeah, but, I mean, we can control what we can control.
Oh, yeah, we can go and beat the hell out of everybody.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's why I say I think we could be a couple more spots up, but at the end of the day, I think that we got a schedule that's set for us to succeed.
Oh, it's set perfect. Now it's set up perfectly.
Yeah.
But we still got to get that one win that makes us
all I know,
legit.
All I know is that
I want LSU again.
I want LSU again too. I'm sorry.
Or Ole Miss. Neither one of them's fine with
I
me.
want LSU again. I want them on neutral ground. That game left a bad taste in my mouth. And
it's a fluke.
Very, very winnable game. And drove me nuts, man.
Went on a fluke that I told everybody was going to happen.
And I just want that game on neutral site. Yeah, I mean, hey, would it be nice to be Alabama? Of course. But
oh wow,
I want LSU.
Hey, Cortez.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was talking to her. I was on my way to my dad's place. There is a car literally flipped upside down on 103rd. Never kidding for it. Flipped literally upside down. Just smashed that shit. Just drove right by it. Craziest thing I've ever seen.
This is
and Steve's in it, still talking to us.
Sorry, man. I've been watching this traffic. I'm like, God, no, that's crazy.
Steve's upside down in his car, still talking. With a kid with stinky feet in the back.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't like driving this city in the morning. All right, let's move forward here. And then the last question I was going to ask y'all, too, is since, I mean, if it was to end today, no, God, we don't want this to end like it is, because we all are agreeing that this is not where we see it at. If the playoffs was to start today, who do you have winning it out of these four teams? And if you want to answer it,
I ain't picking none of them. Because this ain't how it's going to end, so I ain't picking nobody.
Obviously, it's not going to end.
I ain't picking none of the four teams.
It's called hypotheticals, Kevin.
But I don't want to hypothetically pick any of them because I don't think any of them will win it.
Steve, you want to play the game or no?
So I'm not picking any of them.
I'll play devil's advocate. I'll say...
I ain't picking shit.
I'll say I picked one team at the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
In my conversation, I picked LSU. And right now, they're in prime. I think they are built to do it, whether you guys believe it or not. However, if Florida gets them in the SEC championship, I may change my mind. But as of right now, if they don't, LSU.
Yeah, as of right now, too, I got LSU, too. You got number 7, who's by far the best player in the country. Well, running back at least. But, my opinion. But I just go with LSU. I mean, that dude is a beast, man. And I don't think these 3 other defenses can line up against him and stop him. So, good luck. But I just think he has so much impact on the field. And, yeah, I'm rocking with you, Steve. I got LSU winning.
Right.
If it was these 4 teams that was there. Hypothetical. So, I know Kevin don't want to play the game.
Screw that hypothetical crap. Because I look at all 4 of the teams, I'm like, can any of them do anything against Florida's defense? The only one that's done anything against them is because that we've only played one of them is LSU. And that was in Baton Rouge in the middle of the night, and you had to win the ball game on a flipping fluke field goal. So, no, I ain't picking none of them.
You know, hypothetical.
I think Florida would whoop Ohio State. I think Florida beat Clemson.
Absolutely.
I think Florida beat Clemson, and I even think Florida beat Alabama.
I don't know. That'd be a good shit on Clemson and Florida.
I think Florida would beat all of them. I think Florida would beat all of them just based on one thing. Florida's defense is insanely, incredibly good. Like I said, the one reason LSU won that ball game is because people kept falling down, especially the last play of the half, where the guy's just standing there because our dude fell down. They ain't gonna fall down again. You ain't gonna get that perfect storm of everything happening. You ain't gonna be in Death Valley at night. You ain't gonna be there. That's not going to happen again. You're going to be at 3:30 in the afternoon in the middle of the Georgia Dome against a fast defense who gets faster. Just saying.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be interesting.
So I picked none, hypothetically.
There you go. Kevin goes with none. So, all right.
I hypothetically would beat TCU to beat them.
Any games y'all keep an eye on this week?
Any games am I keeping my eye on?
Are they
Holy
playing,
crap.
playing games this week? Everybody on a bye week?
I don't know. There may be some crappy games on this weekend. I don't think this is a good weekend for football. As I say that very, 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 very sarcastically. Of course, you're going to be watching the LSU Alabama game. That's one.
Mm-hmm.
Clemson FSU. You're going to be watching that. There's two.
On Clemson.
There's flipping games all over the place. Oklahoma, Iowa State. No one cares.
TCU and Oklahoma State.
That's a good one.
That's
TCU,
now
they're finally playing those games over there that are going to start deciding stuff. So, there's plenty of good games on that we got to worry about. Oh, and the game to clinch the SEC East on at noon. Florida and Vanderbilt. I will be watching that one. The Beast of the East.
Are you going to shut them out?
They're back. No, they ain't going to shut them. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. They'll probably give up a field goal.
Yeah.
Something like that. But Vanderbilt's got a really good defense. But Florida's just...
Come on, we're talking Vanderbilt here.
No, Vanderbilt's defense is actually really, really good. They gave people fits so far. Their defense is good. Offense, not so much. Defense, good. Anchored down.
Steve, anything for you? Or you agree with Kevin pretty much?
Oh, of course. I mean, you know what game I'll be watching. That's the only game that really matters to me. But
the Washington State Arizona State game.
Army versus Air Force. Boom.
Army and Air Force. Uh-oh.
Boom. Nah, we know.
Air Force wins.
Obviously, for me, I want to see us hand a little revenge back to them because we took the loss under Brady Hoke last year, obviously.
Okay.
But I want to see them just ground and pound. We're opened up at 3 touchdown favorites. But other than that, I really want to see Clemson destroy Florida State.
I don't.
Oh, I do.
I want to see Florida State beat Clemson. I want every team that can...
Hold up. You're rooting for Florida State?
And here's why. Listen. And here's why, Cortez. Clemson loses to Florida...
Heck, Kevin?
Shut up! Clemson loses
I know where he's going with this.
Listen, Clemson loses to Florida State. Florida State just beat the number 1 team in the country. Florida State comes to the swamp. The Gators cremate them. What does that do for the Gators?
Yeah, but come on, man. You really want to hear those jagoffs talking? Seriously?
Huh? I don't care.
Was it great for Florida State fans to shut up for a while?
Dude, they got beat by Georgia Tech. That was bad enough. You got beat by 2 and 5
It was
teams.
quiet. It was beautiful.
Let them
It was
win.
crickets chirping everywhere. It was nice.
Let them get their game. If they win, I'll be more than happy for them because that just means come November, they come to the end of November. When we get them, it just boosts us up a little higher.
I hear what you're saying.
You need things like this to happen. You need them to happen, or you're going to have the scenario that I just pulled out, and Alabama not even playing in a championship game will get in. You're going to have stuff like that happen. You'll have a 2-loss Alabama team if they lose to LSU just because their name's Alabama get into the goddamn playoff. You need stuff like that to happen. You need it.
I hear you.
But believe me, trust me, I don't want FSU to win. Trust me, but I would not be surprised if they won.
But for scenario's sake, I know you.
I would not be surprised if they won that game, but fuck them.
I know where you're going. I just have to get you going.
Everybody knows I hate them. Everybody knows I hate them with a passion. Everybody knows I dislike that team. But
everybody on this podcast do not like Florida State.
I dislike Alabama even more. I don't like Alabama. I don't like what they stand for. I don't like their coach. I don't like nothing about Alabama. I hate Ohio State just as much. I hate everything about Ohio State.
Steve can agree with that.
Going from the O to the E. I hate every single bit.
Steve, you want to expand on your hate for Ohio State?
I dislike them. I dislike them because they have a punk-ass coach. They have a fucking whiny, bullshitty ass coach who's a fucking